Oh, man. Shahandra, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, sweetheart. United States, 39-year-old female, 5'10", 200 pounds. Bilateral breast cancer. Bilateral breast cancer, stage 1 on the right and stage 3 on the left. Please help. What can I take to get rid of it? I had Crohn's. All right, now listen to this. She's had Crohn's since 2007 and was on the birth control shot for 10 years. Yeah. Not to mention, I took the initial vaccine due to them forcing it off for my daughter to get in college. Oh, honey. Now, of course, I'm scared. Okay. Don't be scared. All right, we're here. We're here to help you. We're pulling a lot of people out of this. So if I may say this, put on this grape outfit and start dreaming, eating, and living on grapes. At the same time, I want you to take your emotional body and set it over there in the corner. No emotions, happiness, joy. Doesn't matter. This is a physical body. It can be fixed. And you hold the keys to fixing it. And I can help you fix this. But I need you to be real strict on your diet. And I mean real strict. Same thing with the scleroderma. Real strict. There's a time to play, and there's a time to be real strict. And this one in bilateral, time to be real strict. Also Crohn's, all right? So that tells you that she has a wicked set of bilateral kidney weakness. And those kidneys are not filtering, obviously, or filtering well at all. So malabsorption is obviously a major key factor here. Now, not that you have breast cancer and cancer is a malabsorption problem. No, it's a lymphatic problem. But the more you weaken the body and weaken tissue, the less it can have that structure function. Right? Cells are structure and the function. So all the cells together make up the structure of anything, organ, gland, skin, whatever, and then they have function. Yeah. Not to mention I took the vaccine. I'm on fruits and veggies and will go on all grape diet when I find some seeded grapes. I wouldn't wait. Because if you said that seedless grapes, because they're genetically a little bit, would be worse than vegetables, nah, I disagree. I've had so many cases where people have cleaned themselves up on store-bought crap. It's where most people shop. When I find I don't want to do allopathic and I want to get rid of it with your herbs. How do you get rid of cancer allopathically? Anybody got an idea? There is no getting rid of cancer, and understanding what cancer is in their consciousness. You're going to someone that, 1, doesn't understand what it even is, 2, doesn't know how to get rid of it, 3, only accelerates your death. And if you guys want studies, I'm loaded with them, and they're loaded. All our studies are on Morse's.tv. And if you can't find them, let me know, because I've got mounds of studies to show you from Harvard and everywhere else that what you hear is not always true. I think the one from Harvard or one good university said the sooner the diagnosis, which they want you to get diagnosed soon, right? So we can treat you quicker, and that way you can, they didn't use the word die quicker, but basically most of them do. The few that survive, even after 5 years, are few. Very few. What can I get and how does it need to be taken and for how long? And do I have to become a frugivore for life once I'm cancer free? No. No, you don't. But you need to become one now. So I would get probably 2 kidney formulas. I would probably get 1 lymphatic formula. Start with a lymphatic 1. You know, kidney 1 and 2, lymphatic 1. You definitely want to do the bowel formulas. If they still have kit forms, I would use the kit forms. Urinary or kidney, you got the 2 for that. You got the lymphatics. I would do something for the GI tract, depending on how often you move your bowels. You need to move your bowels at least once a day. Twice is even better. I would pick up the endocrine gland formula at least. If you've never dewormed yourself, you want parasite M and G. If you and watch your stools, because if you see worms, you then want to keep going. Get rid of the fungus out of the body. Those 2 formulas don't have to be, maybe a month at the most for those 2, and then you're good. Especially if you don't see any worms. Parasite G, forget it. Parasite M will help you with your desires for breads, cheese, pastas, things like that. But that's where you want to go. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't hurt to use the kinesiology on the kidneys, open up these points, get energy to all these points to your kidneys and get that inflammation out of the kidneys so they can start filtering, and that's all. So everything you do is anti-inflammatory, but you don't have to live on fruit the rest of your lives. That's only for those that can possibly get there. I couldn't even do it. But we were having another conversation about that earlier with Jessica, and it's like, I can't even tell you how good I felt. There's no definition for that, because she's been a lot raw, and she's really feeling some incredible levels. And the levels that you can get on raw, and the changing and the feeling of the changing of genetics and the way your body is inside, you can't. Only ones that have been through that can describe how it feels to have a clean inner terrain. I can't even define the muscles, that the energy comes through those muscles, and you're not doing anything good. I mean, you're just like, holy crap, my muscles is twice as powerful as they were. It's an energy of the divine. It's an energy of the universe. It's the energy of all things. And you're removing the obstructions to the flow of energy. The obstructions can be heavy metals, the obstructions can be neurotoxins, the obstruction can be mucus, tumors, cyst boils, all those kinds of things. But that's all lymph stagnation. And that is where you get the most agglomulation, is through lymph stagnation. And that's all your protein stagnation, all of that. So don't be scared, sweetheart. Come on, give me a hug. All right, get rid of the veggies. And do not have a biopsy. You might have already had a biopsy going, with that. But all I can say is, and this lady was in from Canada, we were having that conversation. It seems like soon as a biopsy is done, and I just, oh my God. So biopsies, right? Nothing bad about it. Just going to punch that tumor a few times, get some tissue out of there to see if there's any cancer cells in there. That's why you never want to remove lymph nodes in the side of your face. His eye popped. And I can't even tell you, that's a gruesome story. I want to show you something here. Another reason why you just don't biopsy. Oh, where is he? But you have to be careful when you biopsy something. There's a reason why the body forms a tumor. And what do you think that reason intellectually would be? Well, where'd he go? Where'd you go? It's worth looking at this. Oh, darn. I'm sorry, guys, but it'd have been worth it if I could have found his picture here, because it's... this gentleman came to me, and he had, and I've talked about this case before, and he had a tumor right out here, and they removed it. They cut out most of his jawbone and that sort of thing. And then he came to me because come back on him, so to speak, right? So he owned a bar, and he was down to earth kind of dude. So he went total fruit, total grapes. He looked good. And he said, I just want to go to Alaska before I die. I said, you're not going to die. I said, look at you. X-rays, new bone growth. I had this bone almost all grown back. That's cool, man. The guy looked normal as anybody else, right? And then... this is a gangrene case. What a good gangrene case to show you what you can do with gangrene. So he had a little hard lump under here, and the medical doctor said to him, I just want to see if there's any cancer cells in there. I think there's any worms in that. I would think so. I can't find his picture for some odd reason, but it is not a pretty picture. He was on, I forget, 500 milligrams of morphine. I don't know how many times a day. Sickening. I just would love to have that picture, and I'll find it and show it to you, because it's worth looking at what happens when you biopsy something. Yeah, here he is. Well, while we're looking at pictures, isn't she cute? That's chemotherapy burned the hell out of that little girl and killed her. Ah, sweet, huh? There's him right here. Look at his face. See how blown up it is? I told him, I said, I'd shoot you if I could get away with it. He goes, I'd have you shoot me if you get away with it. The only way, morphine wouldn't stop the pain. And the only thing that would stop the pain is if he stood on his head in the corner for hours. Now, he was normal and perfect. We had him in a little tight spot right here. Oh no, this asshole medical doctor had punched it 7 times. That is the end result, and I couldn't save him. I did everything, and I couldn't save him. That's the first time I saw the reptilian, was at his house with some other people. But unreal. Normal, he would have hell. Leave it alone. Leave these tumors and things alone. The body has closed them off for a very important reason. What do you think's in them? Acid sludge at least 3 pH. That's why they're isolated. And all you have to do is open up the system that they're hooked to. They're not hooked to the blood system, although they can be. So, forget biopsying things. Assume if you want to. Just assume there's a cancer cell in there. The medical problem is they're blaming cells for the problem. They blame the cell for the problem. Instead of a sewer system that's miles long that deals with the acid side of chemistry. Till you understand that, you're going to be living in the world of, I don't know, autoimmune. It's your immune system. Everybody's immune system's going nuts. I wonder why. It's crazy. But you've got to get this down because it is your life or your death of your human body that is at stake here because these guys have left the planet. You know? So when you're in that trouble and you've got tumors, a lot of them, it's like this lady, she hadn't done anything and her tumor's softening up now and she's getting a lot better, and even the tumor on her neck is looking better. And she will eventually get that out of her and she's done. As opposed to having biopsies and trauma to tissue where the tissue can't repair itself. You traumatize tissue anywhere where you have lymph stagnation, good luck. And that's the problem. Even from car accidents or anything else. Depends. And we've talked about this with spinal cord injuries as well. I only have 15 more minutes. So it depends how well your body can get in and remove the trauma. And what would be trauma? Cells that have been damaged, injured, destroyed? Absolutely. They now become the obstruction, right? They have to be removed. Does your blood remove damaged cells? No. Okay, well, the blood don't remove damaged cells. What else does? Oh, the lymph system. Oh, that's why the macrophages are in the lymph nodes. I got it. Okay, I got it now. And it's important that you do get this. Because your happiness, your joy, the life of the physical body and your mobility and to have fun depends on how good you feel, don't it? Feels how limber and flexible your body feels. Some of you feel nothing but pain all the time. Stiffness, tightness all the time. That's all acidosis. And you can't get rid of acidosis eating acid-forming foods. You just can't get rid of it.